Hi friends, welcome back to Cakes by Madalena. I'm here today with this classy but cute 70s inspired birthday cake. When I told you my cakes came fully loaded, I wasn't kidding. This is a perfect example. Details are super important to me and there is no shortage on this cake, which you can see. Today I'm going to walk you through how I made these whimsical 70s inspired fondant rainbows. But before that, I just wanted to make mention as to why I incorporated roses rather than the 70s daisy on this cake. The recipient of this cake is actually named Rose, and it was super important to her daughter to incorporate roses as her flowers. I elected to go with faux florals just to keep with the color scheme here. It would have been difficult to find real flowers that matched perfectly. I went with some super quality faux, and don't worry, I still snuck in a few daisies here and there, which you can see. Anyways, let's dive in and make these fondant elements, and be sure to stick around to the end because I show you how I actually adhere them to the cake. Let's go. We're going to start with some fondant. I've pre-colored some here in yellow, brown, and orange. I'm using Satin fondant. This is not an ad, this is just my preferred brand. I find it super easy to work with. We're going to work the fondant a bit to make it soft and pliable. I'm going to roll out each individual color into ropes. You're just applying gentle, even pressure here until you achieve your desired thickness and length. I'm not going super thick. I'm going to keep it on the smaller side. You're going to also want to keep them as symmetrical as possible. Even out all the lumps and bumps for a clean look. I'm kind of just running my hands over it just to smooth it out. You're going to repeat this process now for each color. Now that they're all rolled, we're going to attach them together. Sometimes the fondant is sticky enough that it will self-adhere, but I can tell that that won't be the case for me today. It's already gotten a bit dry, I guess, as I was rolling out the other pieces, so I'll get a little help. I'm using Satin Ice edible glue here. You're just going to apply a small amount with a brush to the seam. This will actually dry clear and it'll be completely unnoticeable. I like this because it also strengthens the fondant element, so it keeps it nice and solid. I'll allow these to dry for about 24 hours before I add them to my cake. Now we're going to manipulate the elements to make a fun rainbow-like design. The colors and shape are definitely the driving force behind bringing out that 70s vibe. Again, there's no rhyme or reason here. I'm just kind of shaping them in something I've visualized. We're going to trim the excess off the edges as well with a sharp knife and just get a really clean look, and then set them aside to dry. I'll repeat the process again and make the other elements. I wanted to try something new with this next one. I used the same technique of rolling out the ropes, except here I braided the ropes instead to achieve a cool, unique look. Truthfully, I wasn't sure how this would work, but I was very pleased with the final result. It was definitely successful. I'm seen here overlapping the rows that I've created and giving them a little twist, just nice and gentle, and then we'll cut off the excess on the ends. And there you have it. The elements are all ready now, and I'll show you how I attach them to my cake. Using a small amount of buttercream, I'm going to pipe a bit on the back and attach it directly to a chilled cake. It firms up relatively quickly and holds stable. I'm using American buttercream here, but you can experiment with other frostings. Swiss meringue works well as well. And that's it. This is the final product, a fun and pretty 70s inspired cake. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment and let me know if you tried these fondant elements. Be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye.